Hi beauties, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. In this video, I'm going to be talking about pregnancy, skincare and makeup do's and don'ts, meaning the ingredients that are okay to use if you're a pregnant woman or if you're a breastfeeding mom, and the ones that should be completely stayed away from. I'm also going to be talking about skincare and body care products and also makeup products and the ingredients that one should ideally skip. Now, how did I come to the conclusion on these ingredients? A quick disclaimer out there. I'm not a medical practitioner, neither am I a gynecologist. I am someone who's pregnant. I'm in my third trimester and I did this research and have been doing it since the beginning of my pregnancy. In fact, the moment I got to know that I have conceived, I have been doing a lot of research, the gist of which is what I'm going to share with you in this video. Now, if you're new here, make sure you're subscribed to my channel and you also hit the notification bell. Do also follow me on my Instagram account. And now without further ado, let's dive right into this video. Firstly, I'd like to mention that the data available is very limited. Ethical testing on pregnant women and on fetus is just not possible or extremely difficult. However, I would say that do not panic. Read up the labels, read up the ingredients that I'm going to talk about in this video. Having said that, definitely err on the side of caution because your baby's health comes first over everything else. If you're still confused and you don't know about the ingredients or you want to reconfirm something, the best way to go about it is confirm it with your gynecologist. First, let's talk about skincare ingredients that need to be completely skipped during pregnancy and even if you're a breastfeeding mom. The first ingredient that comes to my mind, which most of the gynecologists ask you outrightly to stop using, is retinol in any form, shape and size, because whatever research is available out there, it says that it can potentially cause birth defects in your baby. The other ingredients that came up in my research are brightening ingredients like arbutin or hydroquinone. Salicylic acid is another one that I read upon and I personally have also stayed away from. Any sort of BHAs, willow bark extract is also something that one should completely skip. Benzyl peroxide, for that matter, is another ingredient that came up in my research. So what I would say is that although there is research on some of these ingredients and not all of these, I personally would definitely urge you to err on the side of caution and just stay away from these ingredients because these are the most highlighted ingredients, and whatever little documentaries also I saw of gynecologists, some of the best ones out there, these are the ingredients that were highlighted the most. Another ingredient to stay away from that came up in my research is sulfur. Coming to preservatives, parabens and phenoxyethanol is said to be perfectly all right to use during pregnancy and also during breastfeeding. The other ingredient I would say just to be cautious to stay away from are formaldehyde releasers like methyl isothiazolinone, DMDM hydantoin and also diurea. Now, one another thing that I read over the internet quite a lot, and a question that was very commonly asked, is that during pregnancy and during breastfeeding, should you just move away from the conventional products and actually move more towards organic or natural products? Honestly, in my opinion, natural is not always better. Yes, you can use some of the products that may work for you, but it does not mean that only organic or natural products are going to give you the best results during pregnancy, because I have talked about this earlier as well. Some of the organic and natural products are great, but many others are not properly preserved, which means it can be infested with microbes very easily. So one needs to maintain that balance. You need to see and read up on the ingredient list. I feel as far as you're reading the ingredient list and you know what you're putting on your skin, you should more or less be perfectly all right. Two common questions that came up on a lot of different internet forums is that A, can you do teeth whitening? A complete no-no, honestly guys, just skip teeth whitening altogether. And second, can you color your hair? Now personally, I'm someone who's never colored my hair. I don't have grays. I never felt the need to, and I never even did highlights or any other sort of thing. So I never colored my hair. I don't have much experience there, but whatever little research I did on the internet, I saw that most of the gynecologists were okay letting you color your hair after the first trimester only on the length and nothing on the scalp. So I would urge you, if you are someone who wants to color your hair and if you're pregnant or if you're a breastfeeding mom, definitely consult your gynecologist. Moving on to another important topic, which is what are the essential oils that you can use, whether you can use any or not. For this, I'm going to be referring to my notes because I've listed the ones that you can use and the ones that you cannot. So the ones to avoid, the essential oils to avoid in the first trimester are sage, citronella, thyme, basil, cumin, fennel, juniper, and rosemary. And the essential oils that are fine to use are mandarin, peppermint, and nutmeg. The last thing that I would completely skip during the 9 months of pregnancy is any sort of laser or high frequency treatments. Now moving on to some of the very common skin concerns that women get during pregnancy and how to actually treat it and what are the products that you can actually use. The first one, the very common one, is acne and breakouts. Now it is said that lactic acid is more or less perfectly all right to use in during pregnancy. So that is something you can include in your skincare in the form of a serum or in the form of a cream. It all depends on your skin type and skin condition. The other important thing that I personally addressed early on from my pregnancy is, of course, stretch marks, which a lot of us are concerned about. Now, I feel stretch marks, of course, are hugely dependent on your genetics as well, but definitely something that we can start working on from the beginning, from the first trimester. At least that's what I did. So what did I do is I highly relied upon something which is called Burt's Bees Belly Butter. It is a beautiful product, not just for stretch marks, it also is extremely hydrating for the belly. The other products that you can pick up from, some of the brands that I can recommend, are either Palmer's or you could go in for Mom's Co. The other important thing that we can include, extremely simple, is coconut oil. Coconut oil is said to have so many benefits for the skin. Generally also, I personally love a good cold pressed virgin coconut oil, and coconut oil definitely works on stretch marks and on any sort of marks for that matter. So if you are someone who likes to keep it simple, coconut oil is another option. Moving on to the third skin concern, very, very common again, is melasma, black spots, hyperpigmentation, whatever you call, and it occurs very commonly during pregnancy. So what you can do about it, in my opinion, I would say just keep it simple, use a DIY. So two of the things that I can recommend is using either licorice powder or rice powder mixed with raw milk, applying to the affected area, because I personally have seen results and it does really work. The other thing would be to be very religious with your sunscreen. The fourth thing that comes up, the fourth important skincare concern that comes up during pregnancy is, of course, itchy skin. It could be all over your body, it could be on your belly, and especially on your belly because it's expanding and your skin is stretching. What I personally felt worked for me is firstly using Dove soap, something that's non-stripping on the skin. And my pregnancy has been a winter one at that, so I needed something that's super duper hydrating. I went in with body butters, like I said, the Burt's Bees butter was great. I also tried using a lot of body oils, especially on my stomach. I used coconut oil for that matter quite a lot. If I felt extremely dry, I even mixed some almond oil in my coconut oil. Moving on to the makeup that you can use. In fact, a lot of you commented on some of my videos asking, you're pregnant, how are you using makeup? So I did a little bit of my own research and I reconfirmed it with my doctor. So I came to a conclusion that as far as the makeup is free from retinol, salicylic acid, hydroquinone, any sort of irritating preservatives, phthalates, and is also formaldehyde free and BPA free, it should be fine to use. Of course, this means that you have to read all the labels thoroughly, and that goes without saying with anything, whether skincare or makeup, that you're using during pregnancy. The last thing that I want to address and something which is my favorite is, can you use nail paints? A lot of you even ask that. Well, there are nail paints that are available in the market that are formaldehyde, DBP, and toluene free. In fact, there are a lot of 14 free nail enamels, which means they are free from 14 toxins. The brands that I reached out for are K-Beauty, have toxin-free enamels. They also there is also a Nika breathable nail enamels, which is a very recent launch. That's the one I'm wearing. Then you could also go in for Miss Nails, and there are some other brands. So if you look at the makeup and the nail paint market, it's pretty small in India, the one that can be used during pregnancy. But I would say through and through, some of the products are definitely available. Reach out for them. And then again, I would highly urge you, before you put anything on your skin, read the labels thoroughly. So guys, with that, it's a wrap. I really hope that you liked this video and found it informational. I really hope that if you're an expecting mother or if you're a breastfeeding mom, you were able to take some important points out of this video. The entire idea of the video was to make a gist for the plethora of information that's available on the internet. If you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and also hit the notification bell. And until I see you next, guys, thank you so much for watching. Love you all. Bye-bye.